Hi friends, it's Suzanne here. Thanks for joining me for another Fabricate Friday video. I have this unique design to share with you today. So what this is a box in which I hold a whole bunch of cards. So you're wondering why I have all these cards. These are all the card stocks that Stampin' Up carries, and I use this very similarly. Back in the day, Stampin' Up used to have a color coach, they called it, and they had something similar to this. So I actually like my cards loose so that I can pull out, say, that color and then go with, say, this color and see if they look good together. It's just one of my design kind of a tips. So, and I have them all nicely labeled, so if they get mixed up, doesn't matter to me. I've had to remake these cards several times because they just get thrown on my desk and then they get sort of ruined or kitty pawed on or whatnot. So I wanted to put them all into a card box. So I'm calling this the Deco cards. There's a little bit of room in there so they don't get munched, or I might want to add another, couple of pieces. So you might be curious as to how big these pieces are, and I will tell you. 4 by 2 3/4. And this is just a very thin label from my label maker. And that is how I wanted to sort of keep the embellishment simple, because it sits on my desk. And if it gets ruined, it's fine, because I can always remake the box. It's time consuming to make all the colors. So, and there's like what, 52 colors, 50 colors, plus white and all the rest. Anyway, so that's what I wanted to share with you today. It's a unique kind of a project, but if you struggle with actual visualizing in your design, what color goes with what color, you might want to make something similar like this and maybe make the cards inside. So I wanted to sort of emulate what was going on inside the box. So I put in a whole bunch of blues here, not necessarily ombre, but yeah, I wanted to sort of emulate what was going on inside. So I wanted to share that with you today. So I have a piece of Tranquil Tide, which is the new in color, one of the new in colors. And this is sized at 10 5/8 by 4 5/8. So on the long side, I'm going to score at 7/8, at 1 3/4, at 5 3/4, and 6 5/8. Sometimes I count. I know that 5/8 is the one little mark after the half, but I don't know. I have a tendency to count. Okay, so I'm going to go at 7/8 on this side. And 3 3/4 on this side. Or if you wanted to do it, flip it around and do 7/8, it's up to you. Okay, so we're going to get this party started. Folding my score line. Okay, so it's pretty easy to put together. I'm going to remove both of these squares, cutting straight up. There's not a lot of paper wastage in this particular build. Oh, so I want the tabs going this way, and I should wedge them out just ever so slightly. I'm going to flip it around and I'm going to do the other side because I'm never good on that other side. Okay. And then these tabs, so I am wedging out so that I have a better close. I find that wedging out on the projects actually gives you that wiggle room. It helps to square some things up and you won't have bits and pieces hanging over edges. And before I get too far, I'm going to take my 2-inch circle punch and I'm going to put it on the side that's not the tab or the close lip. That's the word I was looking for. And I'm just going to take that edge off. Okay, so I have a particular way I want to put this together. So I want the cards to slide in, so I don't want anything stopping them. So I want the tabs to be sort of sandwiched in between this side and this side, okay? And I want the front part to be this smooth, so I want the front to go around that way. So there's a particular way I wanted to put this together. I want to put adhesive on the inside here and here, again close to the edge and close to the score line, and then the same with my, I probably, you know, it's using fast fuse. We actually probably don't have to do 2 strips, but I'm so used to doing it. I really like the edges to be sort of, you know, smashed down. Okay, so I want to make this as square as I can. So I'm going to take this edge and match it right up to the score line like that. And I'm going to use my straight edge there to make sure that it's all squared up. Okay, like that. And then I'm going to put my tab in. I'll do the same thing. So I'm just putting the free edge there right into that crease groove and then closing it. And you can see now why wedging this is important. I don't know if you can see that, why. I will put on my autofocus. So you can't see any of that end piece. That's the reason why we wedge out, so that it doesn't overhang. All right, so now I'm going to take this edge and sort of fit it into my score groove and then close it up. I definitely like using my flat work surface as a tool. It's extremely helpful. And now I'll just go in and burnish everything down, make sure that it's nice and smooth and there's nothing catching. And then, let's see, I think what I'm going to do, here I used a corner rounder and I did notice that I got a little bit of a tear there, so I am going to wedge the lip out ever so slightly. When you do wedge your lips out, you want to make sure that you're not taking too much. So, or else it just won't stay closed. Yeah, that's much better. Okay, that was the build, guys. Really simple. So all you have to do is decorate it to your heart's content. So let's see if these all fit in there. Moment of truth. Dun dun dun. Of course. Excellent. It looks like a real deck of cards. Okay, so I have a couple pieces of paper here. I put Terran tape on it. Whisper White, Soft Sky, Pool Party, and Bermuda Bay. And I figured I'd like to see how these all work together with my Tranquil Tide. And I didn't burnish or didn't crease anything. So what I'm going to do is put this on my work surface, stick my head over top, make sure that's straight, press down. So I think I'll go with the pool party next. Okay, so I'm just measuring this up. I want them to be all equal. Tear and tape is really sticky. Normally I would use fast fuse, but fast fuse is, I think, a little pricier. And when I want something like this, it was just easier. And then last one, I'm putting a little bit of Whisper White. These are 1/2 inch strips, and they are about, I think, about 8 inches. I'm not too particularly concerned about how long they were, because we can always trim off. There we go. And I'll do this side next. Okay, and last side down. So just take your time, make sure that, you know, if you're going to do a project like this, or even this technique about the strips of paper, it just requires a little bit of patience, a little bit of time, and then match them up. Again, like I said, this is just going to be on my desk. I'm not going to give this to anybody, but it might be a neat Father's Day gift if you did actually buy him a deck of cards. All right, and so what I'm going to do here is just take my bone folder and give that a proper crease. There is a really simple deck of cards, and I have to say that the Tranquil Tide goes really well with all 4 of these colors. Don't you agree? This was Dapper Denim, but anyway, I added a few more here and less here. Thought you might enjoy this unique little build. Thanks so much for joining me, and measurements are on my blog. Thanks so much. Talk to you soon. Bye. Hey, thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. On screen are 2 more videos for inspiration. Click on the maple leaf to visit my website, or click on me to subscribe to my channel. Thanks again for watching.